2 years I've been dealing with drunk hecklers and lazy comedians with no audience. We're celebrating by roasting a nobody! Ridiculous. We're here to roast a man with the ambition of a coma patient. This guy contributes as much to this show as the dais does to the Republican parties. A lot of black people on the roast, Robbie Komrs. You're not going to make up for that Ryan Cole incident. Just saying. People are asking me why I would pick Robbie Komrs to be roasted for my 2-year anniversary. Somebody that contributes nothing to Las Vegas stand-up comedy scene. I think that Robbie Komrs is a perfect example of the Las Vegas comedy scene. He's definitely a great example of what the comedians are like. They're talentless, and they feel that they deserve a bunch of shit, and I don't know why I give them money. It's ridiculous. Most notable thing that Robbie Komrs has ever done is fuck Jocelyn Sharp for a month and a half. It's the only thing that he did. Or if you ask Robbie, 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 days, 3 hours and 14 minutes. Robbie Komrs broke up with Jocelyn Sharp, and that was all he talked about on stage for like 6 months after that. It was great for the audience because that meant less Robbie Komrs jokes. Watching a Robbie Komrs set it leaves you with the same feeling that you get when you fuck a Christian without a condom. You're sorry you came. It's got the stage presence of Stephen Hawking wearing oven mitts. Terrible. Robbie Komrs is an atheist. He's an atheist. And if I were a half-blind, talentless freckle cock, I wouldn't believe in a God either. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring out the man of the hour. I want you guys to give a huge round of applause for this piece of shit. Robbie Komrs, everybody. Robbie Komrs. So how does it feel to be doing nothing on this side of the stage? You're basically just an ugly Kevin Fitzpatrick. Is basically all that we got going on for you. Robbie Komrs smokes a shitload of pot. You can't leave a bag around him without getting it completely smoked. And of course he put nothing but potheads over here on this side of the stage. Don't shake your head, AK, like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What the hell are you doing on this roast? Whose dick did you suck to get on this show? Oh yeah, it's Jocelyn Sharp, actually. That's whose dick you sucked. AK's actual name is Akishiana. I kept trying to come up with funny things to say about your name, AK. I kept trying to come up with what it stood for. But then I realized that cunt doesn't start with a K, so... AK and I went to see a movie together. We went to see Django Unchained together. Yeah! Yes, we did. I can't wait to see your movie, Comic Unfunny. Oh, wow. That'd be amazing. Richard Kiss is here tonight. Give it up for Richard Kiss. He's the token white guy. Thank you for being here, Richard Kiss. Richard Kiss as in Richard kissed the audience goodbye. People say that Richard Kiss is too smart for the audience. If he were smart, he would quit. Richard Kiss is to the audience like sickle cell anemia is to white people. They don't get him. And black people hate him. Jeff Grant is here. Give it up for Jeff Grant, everybody. Yeah. Been doing comedy for about 20 years. He's still here at MVP Sports Lounge. Richard, Jeff yawns in his sets. He yawns in his sets almost as much as the audience does. Honestly, Jeff, I didn't want to book you, but Robbie reminded me that we needed an intermission, so. You are the comedy equivalent of hold music, basically. Just put you on until what we really came for comes on. Jeff Grant, I don't even know why you agreed to do a roast. You are so fucking sensitive. Jeff Grant cannot take a joke or write one. He asked us specifically not to write jokes about his girlfriend for this roast. He said, don't write any jokes about my girlfriend. Jeff, Robbie left you some time ago and he's the one getting roasted. We have to write jokes about him. Jeff Grant's biggest accomplishment is being asked to stop opening for Anthony Cools at the Paris. Matt Markman says hi, by the way. People will undoubtedly talk about how Jeff Grant writes his jokes like they're from t-shirts, but that's because he spends all of his time in the closet, so. Okay. Jocelyn Sharp is here. Give it up for Jocelyn Sharp. She's won this competition more than anybody else. I think she's here just because of the black eyes, honestly. Yes. I don't know why she's here. Jocelyn Sharp, she's really into hip-hop. She's really into hip-hop and rap music. Her favorite rapper is Eminem, which is interesting because that's also her favorite food. Honestly, that's the only fat joke that I'm going to make tonight. A lot of people are going to be making fat jokes about Jocelyn, but I'm not going to do it because they're way too easy. They're almost as easy as Jocelyn herself. Just trying to figure out what to pick on. The thing about being big is, like, if you decide to stop being big, you have to work at it and everything like that. Jocelyn can choose to stop being a slut at any moment, but she chooses not to. I was telling Robbie, I was like, oh my God, Jocelyn knows a whole lot about me. We're really close friends. She's on the roast. The gloves are gonna come off. And then I realized that nobody wears a glove with Jocelyn anyway, so. Seriously, she has had more unprotected men in her than the Iraq War, so. Start the show off the right way. Are you guys ready for your very first roasty of the evening? Yeah! He's the roaster. Coming up to the stage, this gentleman was too boring for Canada and too gay for San Francisco. Please give it up for Richard Kiss!
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin, but let me just point out, it's impossible to be too boring for Canada or too gay for San Francisco. So. Kevin, Robbie, panel. Next time I'll use a larger font. Thanks for having me at this roast. It's a night which also commemorates the 2nd anniversary of Laugh-A-Gaddon. I remember when I first heard the name Laugh-A-Gaddon and I thought, why would they choose a name that's a pun on Armageddon? Armageddon is a disaster. And then I saw the show. It's like, oh, now I get it. The show is also a disaster. Not sure it's been over-explained. All right. There's a lot of material that hasn't been tested. Jeff Grant. All right. Jeff Grant is black.
Yes.
Fairly obvious, but it's also a big part of his life and his identity. You know how they say some people, or most people, spend 1/3 of their life asleep? Well, Jeff Grant spends 1/3 of his life complaining about racism. Imagine if Jeff hadn't been born black, how much more extra time he would have had. How much more he could have accomplished in his life. He could have gone to med school. He could have cured cancer. Or possibly diabetes. That's the joke, yeah. Jeff Grant is diabetic. Jeff Grant, he also likes to gamble. He posts, I've seen him post several Royal Flush photos on Facebook. Maybe it's Royal Flush on the video poker. That makes him seem really lucky. What I want to see is him post the 2,500 losing hands that he statistically had to pull before getting that Royal Flush. And that would just make him seem like a gambling addict. Truth hurts, doesn't it? Jocelyn Sharp. Yeah. I was looking at Jocelyn's Facebook page, and she lists Kevin Winnie as her comedy husband. Where's Kevin? It's going to be somewhere. Kevin, I hope you got a comedy prenup. You don't want to be stuck with half of Jocelyn's shitty jokes when you get the comedy divorce. I see Jocelyn at MVPs pretty much every week that I'm here. She's won the contest more than anyone. Probably makes you think she's very funny. But I think when you consider that the contest is judged by decibel level, all it shows is that she has the loudest friends. The contest that Jocelyn constantly wins can be fixed by air horns and rape whistles. That joke's funny because it's got the word rape whistle in it. Like most women, Jocelyn prefers a guy with a big dick. But unlike most women, she cares much more about the length than the width. See, no matter how much girth the guy's cock has, if it's not long enough, it just won't reach her. That's a fat joke, alright? Would you like to spell it out? What I'm saying is she's fat. Maybe you've never noticed, but now that I pointed it out, you probably can't unsee it. So. Darius Stone is not here. What? Oh, there he is. All right, I thought he wasn't here. I was sitting over there, and everyone lit up their cigarettes, so I walked over to the non-smoking section, which follows me around because I'm the only person here who doesn't smoke. I didn't write any jokes about you because I'd written some about. I found out that Joe Calise wasn't coming, and I'd written some about him, and I'm a lazy piece of shit. So I thought I'd just aim my Joe Calise jokes at you. So, play the part. All right. Joe. What can you say about Joe that Joe hasn't already said about himself? He hates minorities. Ooh, how about that, Joe? Does that sting? He also hates women because they're illogical, materialistic, and fat. But I won't dwell on this point since I've already talked about Jocelyn. Wow, applause for him. After you hear Joe, you might think he's racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. But the truth is, he has the same amount of respect for everyone. Yeah, that's right. He treats everyone equally. He hates everyone. He's as fair as a bigot can be. He hates everyone in equal measure. I wish Joe were here to accept this. If Joe's on stage, the things that come out of his mouth are so horrible, and he makes audiences in Texas uncomfortable. Hey Joe, Adam Carolla called. He wants his monkey face back. He's got a face for radio, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Joe is actually very funny, I have to admit, but he's not here today. Kevin Winnie, it's hard to roast Kevin Winnie. What fault can you find in someone who is so Genuinely nice, bright, hardworking. If you were a Miss America contestant, he would be Miss Congeniality, which is a nice way of saying he's ugly. Kevin's so selfless, he's always thinking of others. Did you know that Kevin is a sperm donor? Not in any official capacity, he just jerks off into unsold Victoria's Secret panties at work. A lot of little Kevins running around out there. Do you have anything that will fit me? Yeah, lotion. Let me go make some. He's a joke that AK, how do you say your name? Akashia. I'll just call you AK like everyone else. I don't know you, and we've never met till today, so I just wrote some jokes based on our Facebook page. Easy pickings. In her About section, she writes, in all capitals, "Do not send me a friend request. If you don't personally know me, I will decline and trash letter U on my page." Yeah, okay, don't worry. I will not try and add you. Jesus, thanks. What kind of person gets into a life of comedy in the public eye and then gets annoyed when people she doesn't know friend her? And maybe they're just subscribing to your feed, okay? Take it easy. Pro tip, not everyone wants to fuck you. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm sure you're a perfectly nice person, but your Facebook profile is an asshole. Now to the man of the hour, Robbie Komrs. Robbie. Robbie was brought up a Mormon, and you know the Mormon church has very strict standards of behavior, which were no doubt impressed upon Robbie repeatedly while he was growing up. But you know what you say, the harder you push a spring into a box, the harder it bounces back out when you finally let go. So now Robbie is grown up, and he is a hell of a spring. I've never seen Robbie without a cigarette in one hand and a drink in the other. Till now, to ruin this joke. But in an effort to make up for lost time of the don't do this, don't do that of his youth, he's lowered his standards. Don't drink, they said. Now he'll drink anything, even the cheapest, most disgusting, most horrible liquor. Don't smoke, they said. He'll smoke anything. Light up the crappiest, worst cigarettes made of tobacco he picked up off the ground. Don't have sex, he said. Where's Jocelyn? You guys see more? I don't know, you're getting the worst of it. You've heard the term Jack Mormon? Well, Robbie's a Jack Daniels Mormon.
Yes.
I've never seen him drink coffee, but he does that too. What's it like? I haven't had coffee. Delicious. He doesn't know when to quit. Sometimes I swear, he gets so drunk I can see like little X's in his eyes. It's like some sort of Japanese manga cartoon. Robbie sober looks like Howdy Doody fucked a Japanese manga cartoon. Robbie, after a few drinks, looks like Howdy Doody thrown into a barrel of pickle juice. And then when he passes out, it's like Howdy Doody with his strings cut. Just crumbled over in a heap. Little drunk bubbles floating over his head. And the facial grooming. Hey Robbie, Brant Tobler called. He wants his creepy beard back. How many other people's crappy life decisions are you going to emulate? Now, but Robbie, he's actually a good guy, and he's a good friend of mine. It was nice of him to ask me to be here. And he once said of me that I'm his favorite comedian that no one laughs at. So how about a guy can? All right, that's it. I'm Richard Kiss. Please give it up for me. Thank you. Oh, and I gotta get out of here. I'm taking a flight to Florida to go on a cruise with a hot Reddit, so eat my shorts.
Richard Kiss, everybody, give it up for Richard Kiss! Did it get to you? All right, this next lady coming to the stage. It's nice to see her somewhere. It's amazing. She showed up somewhere. Very hilarious comedian. I want you to give it up for your next roaster of the evening, AK, everyone!
All right, y'all. You can cut that off stretch, thank you. Where the fuck did you get this playlist from? Give it up for Richard Kiss, y'all. Give it up for white boys doing their homework. It's like, I don't know you, but I went and researched your Facebook page. Fucking flattered, Richard. He was bragging on me about my Facebook page about saying, don't friend me. It's because 85% of the motherfuckers look like him. So creepy ass off my profile. No, everybody doesn't want to fuck me, but a lot of y'all like jacking off to the pictures, let's be honest. You could probably timestamp the last time he had pussy.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No?
Ooh, that hurt.
That's a ruse. He just got up here and ran down all my personal shit. I haven't even friended his ass, so how the fuck you know all that? That's some different shit right there. Half of these people live in my neighborhood, so y'all, you know his car. You see that motherfucker going around the neighborhood too many times, you already know. What's the number to 911? Give it up for Kevin Winnie, y'all. And I'm sure you don't know who that was. That was the first white guy. See if you can remember that later on. He got up and he told a lot of different things about me, but it was kind of hard to laugh because we know none of those things are true. I'm not a cunt, I'm not a slut. I do those things intentionally. He does intentionally dress that way though. Every Wednesday, Kevin Winnie and Robbie Komrs have a competition to see who's the best dressed. Now, although Kevin is undefeated, Robbie really gives it his all in his grass cutting clothes. Kevin, however, pulls off the overrated mechanic a little too better. Seriously, friend, from friend to friend, I know you have more clothes. You cannot tell me that you don't have more clothes. Kevin had a bad breakup a few months ago, and I'm begging him to please call Angie and tell her, let's let bygones be bygones. Bitch, give me the rest of my clothes back. We can actually start a Facebook page, guys. Change is upon us. Says Kevin Winnie's hair follicles. Kevin, we know when your girlfriend left, she took your clothes, but did she also take your haircut? And your hair gel? And your mirrors? Your self-esteem, your dignity, and your last nut? That's my friend there. But I'm going to be nice, guys, because we all know his shows are such a great success. That's kind of hard to say when I brought 85% of the crowd tonight. A good one. I thought so. Jocelyn Sharp, guys. You all know which one she is. Big white girl over there. My friend. Jocelyn often tells tales of her skinny days. I went to her house once and I searched for pictures to show proof. You guys are laughing, but in her defense, I did not check under her grandpa's side of the bed. Y'all know they say white people fuck each other, don't they? But I'll be honest with y'all though. I'm glad that Jocelyn is fat. Because she's gorgeous, in my opinion, she's absolutely beautiful. So I feel like, bitch, the nerve of you to be skinny and gorgeous, stay fat. I carry fresh donuts around every time I'm with her. Every time she gets angry, I'm like, you want one? Stay big, bitch. Stay big. The moment that waist shrinks in and Black Leah look at that ass, I'm done. Right. Johnson also boasts that she's mixed with black because her dad is mixed with black, which makes her 1/8 black. Bitch, we ain't doing math. Goddamn arithmetic Nazi, shut the fuck up. They don't get the joke whether I say 1/4, 1/4, 1/8, it don't matter. You ain't black, bitch, they looking at you. I'm gonna fucking get up here and prove my point. Like I said, this bitch thinks she black. Johnson also boasts that she's bisexual, which is awkward to me because she's still single. So if you're not fucking men, you're not fucking women, what's next? Animals?
Oh shit.
I'm sure that her porno would be a bestiality movie entitled 40 Acres and a Mule. A big black mule, that is. I ain't gonna do you like that, girl. Alrighty. So, Jeff Grant, guys, give it up for him. If you don't know which one he is, he's the one that's recently been kicked off of South Park. Apparently they had their black quota filled. Thank you. Jeff seriously looks like something that you jump on top of on a Super Mario Brothers game.
Oh shit.
Do not run into the side of him, you die. The last time Jeff Grant saw his dick, gas was 99 cents.
Oh shit.
Y'all can't even remember that, neither can you. I can appreciate Jeff Grant's relationship. I can appreciate him sending us a Facebook message asking us not to discuss anything regarding his girlfriend. What I can't respect is the fact that they signed his girlfriend's name. And by they, I mean Jeff Grant because he's fat. Jeff's. Y'all are horrible. I love you, Bridget, if you're here. I think you told her not to come, bitch. I don't trust these motherfuckers. You would think that being shorter would make his dick look longer.
Oh shit.
I doubt that. You can look at him and tell that it's always cold everywhere he goes.
Oh shit. Damn.
That one was off the dome. I'm not sure if the dick jokes bother the Negro version of It's Pat. That was a bad one. So, guys, the reason that we're all here tonight, Mr. Robbie Komrs.
Yeah.
A motherfucker you've never heard of before. I think that Robbie was trying to fill some sort of quota, because I don't know anything about him. I was actually just going to follow the suit of the white boy and say, shit, I wrote for somebody else that wasn't here and shit. A lot of this shit fits you too. Do you mind, Mr. Komrs, if I recycle a few jokes on you? I'd like to just make a simple statement here. Roger Ebert, God rest his soul, is at this moment getting more pussy than Robbie Komrs will ever see. That was a yeah. I'm going to shout out to you. I just want to know, what type of dirt do you have on Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator? I do not understand why your episode has not aired yet. That's to say he looks like a pedophile. Oh, let's see. Oh, that was a really good one. That's a really good one. I want to tell you, Robbie, that we do understand the fact that you lost the bet. We get it. He doesn't choose to dress like that, y'all. He doesn't choose to wear that wolf pussy on his face. Robbie has to dress and look like this until the Washington Wizards do a postseason game.
Oh, damn. Damn. For a while. Boy, that shit for a while.
By you not laughing, it only proves you don't get pussy. Thank you. But all in all, guys, I think this is the part where we say how much we respect everybody and we like them, but you don't know these people and you'll never see them again. So I'm going to bring Kevin Wynn back to the stage. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Got a little better song.
Give it up for AK, everybody. She found some punchlines. Yeah.